students, in the previous session we have studied about the media sterilization part in the industry, the batch and continuous. Today we will discuss about the various areas in the fermentation industry where sterilization becomes a very important entity. Okay, I have made the pictures for this. Let us go with those now. So in this slide, what you're observing is the picture which tells about a bioreactor. So in the bioreactor, what you observe here is you find that there is something relatedly called as the O-ring seal. Okay, the silicon grease. Okay, what is meant by O-ring seal? O-ring seal means it is something where you have the silicon grease here. Okay, wherever there's the input, the pipes which are entering the fermenter and the output pipes, input and output pipes. Okay, those will have the seal called as the O-ring seal. O-ring seal actually prevents the contamination. Okay, it is going to be helpful in the industry to maintain the sterile conditions. In the left hand side, you are seeing that there's a pH electrode, then DO dissolved oxygen electrode, exit gas coolers, Pajo pipes, so everywhere you have this O-ring seal. There can be a question on this O-ring seal. Okay, so don't get confused. O-ring seal is something which is related to the seal which was going to prevent the contamination. Okay, one more thing what we have to understand in the same picture is about the butterfly valve. Okay, butterfly valve is fixed in the bioreactor. That is going to prevent the vacuum formation in the bioreactor. So one more thing I have to tell you in this context, that the bioreactor is sterilized, okay, using the hot steam. After the efficient cleaning is done, they have to flush the steam into the bioreactor. That will develop vacuum. Okay, so butterfly valve will help in preventing the vacuum creation inside the bioreactor. I would like to show one more picture related to this, which is explaining about the similar concept, just to show how many inlet pipes enter into the headspace of the bioreactor. So here you are seeing that. Okay, in this picture you are seeing that this upper view where you are observing the oxygen electrode, pH electrode, exit gas cooler, foam probe, then inoculation port. What is inoculation port? Inoculation port is the one you are going to inoculate the medium, and the pitching, which is the inoculum, pitching process, where inoculum is added. That's called inoculation port. Then you have the pH electrode, the air spargers, then oxygen electrode. Okay, so all these areas you can see that there's the inlet pipes which are entering. Okay, so bioreactor's headspace is highly complicated, so there can be easily contaminations and all happening. So there is requirement of the seal what we are talking about, the O-ring seal. I think I got the basic introduction of what I need to say. The second part of the industry is always concentrating upon sterilization related to the media. So this already I have explained to you yesterday about media sterilization. Here you are going to see that there is a brown color indicates the media, the flow. Okay, this is a media flow. Okay, and here you can see that the media flow is which is going on. First take up this one. The red one is the coil which is having the steam. There's a heat exchange between the two. Okay, the media is exposed to a particular time and temperature, and then the media flow will continue in the holder, and then it's coming back here. Okay, so that media which is sterilized at a particular temperature will be later on entering this cooling chamber for sudden cooling. So this is another exposure of this. I have not joined this line here. Just understand that this will come back and join here. That is the exposure to the cooling. Okay, so cooling process. So the media sterilization is a continuous mechanism. Here you can see that the certain definitions one should satisfy: thermal death time, decimal reduction time, DRT, the D value. What is D value? Any organism which is there in the media should be killed. But they, according to the survey data, we find 90% of the microorganisms killed generally. So there should be 100% efficiency in destroying the microorganisms. Otherwise, it will lead to contamination later. So specific time and temperature is very important. Z value destroys all the spores which are means a particular temperature which will destroy the spores is meant as Z value. Okay, so I've already discussed about it in the sterilization of media. I just wanted to bring it back as a highlighter for you, just as a revision. So this is I think last class I've discussed about it. The media sterilized in the bioreactor, or a media sterilized in the cooker and then brought into the bioreactors. Okay, these all are very important part of the industry. Okay, and spiral heat exchangers. This is spiral heat exchangers. This also I've explained to you. These all come under media sterilization. So if a question is asked for 15 marks about sterilization in the industry, write about bioreactor sterilization. Okay, write about the media sterilization. So this you got it, heat exchangers, isn't it? So where media is passed through the between one plate, and next to that is the heater plate. The steam which enters here, the heat exchange occurs. Media will come to high temperature, then it gets cooled by the another plate, which is going to take up the heat from the media to the water. Okay, so this already let me not go back to this. You only understood this. So these all come under the media sterilization. Media sterilization is a part of the sterilization that you have to remember. Okay, so next I'm telling you about the part of yes, let me go back here. Let me discuss about the sterilization in the industry related to filter sterilization. So we all know that there's a lot of heat labile components, right? So what is the meaning of heat labile components? They're very sensitive. Okay, we have to remove them, we have to sterilize them through the filtration mechanisms. Okay, so according to the data, see, we can remove microorganisms on the filtration by the filtration mechanism. But okay, certain times there are small viruses and endotoxins which are present, which can be hindering in our process of the study. Of course, we know endotoxins will not affect our fermentation process, but certain areas where you talk about bioreactors and all, adding some ingredients, should be free from even viruses and endotoxins. Okay, so with that context I'm talking here. Let's say you are going to talk about the animal cell cultures. Okay, in animal cell cultures we need to avoid viruses, because viruses should not be allowed. So in general, when you talk about any industry, sterilization means it is free from everything. That means even endotoxin should be absent according to the quality control. Okay, so with that context I am telling you about this here. So what do you see here? Can one single filter do this? Okay, so several filters are needed. You cannot just depend on one filter. Several filters are required. So here you can see that there are different gradings, porosity, size grading filters, just to tell you. So different size grading filters are there. You should remove the spores, later on the viruses, later on the toxins. Okay, toxins are very important to be removed. That's what I mean to say. There's one technique called as a Paul process filtration limited. Okay, there's have manufactured the process of filtration. So what do you see here? The virus is can be filtered, and even the endotoxins can be filtered. So here you are going to load the sample, whatever, and it goes through various types of filters here, going to 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look into them. What is the size of the first one? It is 0.5 micrometer. Second one is first one is 5 micrometer. Then comes 0.5 micrometer. Then 0.1 micrometers, like that. Okay. So coarse precipitates are removed here. The first one. Filter is positively charged. Polypropylene is present in that. Then biological process where you remove the microorganisms and all. And then the third filter is 0.1, where it removes endotoxins and single nylon polyester. The first and second is made of polypropylene. The fourth one is mycoplasma, and small endotoxins are removed. It's a double layered nylon. So let us talk about these two here. there's an endotoxin remover, there's a mycoplasma, and few smaller endotoxins remover. Okay, so nylon membranes are mainly used for removal. Maybe single nylon membranes, or it can be double nylon membranes. Usually what happens in the 90% removal happens in the first and the second. Okay, third and fourth we get the toxins and the mycoplasmas being removed. Okay, so I think you got the concept of the third step of sterilization, that is about the filter sterilization. Okay, the another thing what we have to understand is sterilization of the air. So in the industry, air has to be sterilized. Otherwise, what happens is the where do we have importance for this? Please get back here. You can see that the fermentation industry will have spargers. Okay, spargers will give aeration, right? Aeration to the fermenter. I'll discuss about the aeration in the future. So what happens is here. So when you give aeration process in the fermenter through the spargers, okay, there's a requirement of again a sterile air to be provided. So that's again you have to understand about the pre-filters and the depth filters. Okay, pre-filters are made of cellulose or glass wool, and depth filters made of carbon, which is fibrous, and granular carbon can also be used. Okay, and also the best ones are the polytetrafluoroethane filters and the Teflon filters. Okay, first let us look into the picture here to make you understand about this process. Okay, here you are seeing that this is the primary and the secondary filters what you are seeing. So this is made up of the cellulose or the glass wool, where air is pumped into this. Okay, fibrous glass cellulose or glass wool, followed by the depth filters is made of carbon fibrous or granules. Okay, so air is pumped through this, and then it enters, there's a control valve also, and then it enters the PTFE filters, and then the spargers for the aeration process. So sterile air is to be provided in the bioreactors for better growth of the microorganisms and to prevent contamination. What is the fifth mechanism of sterilization is the sterilization of the exhaust. What is exhaust here? See, what do you observe here? A bioreactor at the top, you can find that there's a head space here, isn't it, in the bioreactor? This head space will have the microbes. Imagine the industry is actually manufacturing products which are genetically engineered microbes. Okay, those microorganisms should not be allowed into the environment. So they need to be killed, destroyed, isn't it? So there is requirement of this process where this vent, we can call it exhaust vent. So this exhaust vent has to go through this depth filters, so that all the microbes, small viruses, whatever for the matter, they all have to, you might use vectors, right? So for all that, there's a requirement of the removal of the microorganisms. That's why that's the exhaust, so sterilization of the exhaust. So according to the rules, we should not allow any potentially hazard microbes into the environment. Even air, not only water, it's all, air also counts here. Okay, I think you got the concept. So whenever we are studying about these aspects, one should have a sterility testing. Okay, what is sterility testing? Sterility testing is something which is concerned with whether your sterilization process is good. Okay, so every area has to be checked for QC. I'll get back to you here. So imagine, can you, if you are working in the industry, where all do you think there's a requirement of sterility testing? Every part, isn't it? So let us say the sealing vents from the O seal rings, whatever first slide I showed you, from that area to the pipes. Okay, every the environment where the fermenter is fixed. Okay, everywhere you can, if there's an QC check going to be done, because it should be free from microbes. Okay, yeah. So here in this context, what I am trying to explain to you is about the sterility testing of the inside the bioreactors. Okay, so inefficiency can happen sometimes. Okay, what happens is if there is no proper sterilization mechanisms in the filters of the air filters, or it can be the media, anywhere. Okay, So there can be some microbes which are dead. This is usually hackers, isn't it? So leading to dead volume. What does dead volume means? The dead microbes. Okay, and the where the space they occupy is called the dead space. Okay, air-filled cavities is called the dead space. Okay, so this is a terminology used in the industry. Okay, so that is indicating that there's an inefficiency in the sterility testing, in the sterilization. Another thing is leakages do happen sometimes because a lot of pipings will be there. Okay, leakages will occur at the inlets, outlets, pipes and all. Okay, that can be detected. So how can we detect it? So let's say you have bought a food can. If there's a very small pinhole, how do we identify? There can be leakage, there can be air entering. That is different concept. So from that's a food related spoilage. Okay, here I'm talking about the leakages. If there's a worn out pipe, okay, how do we detect it? Okay, that can lead to contaminations, right? So there's a pressure test. What is pressure test? So in the pressure test, what they do is they will pump the air or the nitrogen gas into the spagers. Okay, in the closed conditions, all are sealed everywhere. No hose sealing, all that is with that mechanism only. So it is air is pumped inside. Okay, there's a pressure connected also, okay, isn't it, as such? So whenever the pressure, when you are giving such a high pressure of 1.5 bars, and the pressure if the pressure will still maintain, there is nothing. If the pressure is dropping, then it is indicating it is leakage is occurring. Okay, leakage is there somewhere, so that has to be detected. So we cannot use it for the fermentation process. So they have to identify the fault there and see that it is corrected. Okay, pressure test. If the pressure is going to retain the same, there's no problem, there's no leakage. If pressure drops, it's indicating something is wrong. Similarly, sealing test is also there, one more test, where you're going to give pressure of 1.5 bars for 10 minutes, and they will see whether there is a maintenance of 0.05 grams of pressure per hour per minute. Okay, such a testing is done even for 15 hours certain times, rarely, to understand. So two types of testing. One is 10 minutes test, others 15 hours of test, where they have to thoroughly check sometimes if anything like leakage is occurring in the industry like that. Okay, so today's topic, I have tried to tell you about the various industry, sterilizations steps in the industry. Okay, so I will be teaching you about the oxygen transfer, aeration, different types of aerations, agitations and all, means how sparges are designed, etc. Okay, can you just answer me one or two things, like what is the analysis? I'm just asking you to analyze it. Okay, when you talk about the spargers and all, aeration process, we'll be learning about oxygen transfers. Okay, so we know that we are using a large amount of media. I want you to find out what is the equality ratio of what is 1 gallon. Okay, next class I will answer this to you. 1 gallon is equal to how much of, what is the proportion, volume. Okay, just identify that, and we have to learn about the various designing of the agitators also. Okay, so one more question to you is try to identify what is meant by scaling up. Okay, scaling up of media, I'll discuss that also. Okay, one more topic which I have to discuss mainly is about even the temperature regulation. If we do all these basics, we will be completing the basics in the industrial basics we will be completing. After that, we will go with the various types of bioreactors and all. Okay, so to conclude today's session, please remember sterilization is a very important part of the industry, isn't it, where we have to sterilize the various areas. Like, so to see this is the O-ring seal, in which you have the O-ring seal which is going to prevent any contamination, isn't it? So secondly, what I told you was about the media sterilization, which is batch or continuous. Then we should understand that there is also sterilization of air, isn't it? Air sterilization, roll of cellulose, glass wool, PTFE filters, like that. Okay. Teflon, what do you know Teflon? No, Teflon is a material which is used in many places, which will not allow the water droplets to stay. Okay, all the oil droplets, viruses, everything will be filtered in the PTFE filters. Okay, then lastly sterility testing. So these are all concepts one you have to understand. Okay, if the question is asked for a 15 marks, please be prepared to write about it. And lastly, sterilization is very important. Finally, when you talk about can you guess it? Media after the usage, isn't it? The fermentation media will have a lot of microorganisms which you have used, right? That is also the waters, everything. That is called as effluent treatment, industrial effluent treatment. You have to write 1 point on that also, industrial effluent treatment. That's a different class anyway. I've just tried to tell you, because when you're writing points, you should cover up all these points when you talk about the sterilization part in the industry. Okay, so please remember, one more last point what you will be writing is about the industrial effluent treatment is also very important. So that is also a contamination otherwise in the industry. Okay, so we should remove even those microbes and then only let into the environment, not only the air, what I told you in the previous in this I told you, no. So this not only the exhaust, even the fermentation medium should be free from microbes. There you have the primary treatment, secondary treatment, and tertiary treatment, very much like the sewage water treatments. Okay, but industrial effluent treatments slightly vary because every industry has its own formulations and preparations. Okay, keep this in mind. Okay, hence we need to go with the sedimentation first. Primary treatment is sedimentation, secondary treatment is trickling filters, right? So your small particles are entangled on the pebbles, and then there is a microbial degradation on the stones or the pebbles by trickling filters. You studied all this very much basics everywhere in the environment also. You have microbiology also, you have studied them. Okay, and finally the water is going for tertiary treatment, where you are going to bleach the water, isn't it, with chlorine, and thus all the microbes will be destroyed, and that water which is going to be released from the industry can be used for any other purposes, not for drinking. It's not potable, isn't it? Not a potable water. So these things have to keep it in mind. Okay, students, I think with this basics we will conclude for the time. So sterilization is something which is very important in the industry. Please keep this in practice. All the diagrams are very, very important for you to easily explain in the examinations also. Okay, yeah. Okay, students, thank you.